Good morning, Sooner Nation. Thank you for joining us here on the beautiful campus of the University of Oklahoma. We are gathered today at
From News on 6, this is breaking news.
Good morning, I'm Dave Davis in the News on 6 newsroom. We're breaking into the Price is Right because the University of Oklahoma is about to introduce the football program's 23rd head coach, Brent Venables. The voice of the Sooners, Toby Rowland, is speaking now. Let's listen in.
The University of Oklahoma. Sooner football has been a proud tradition now for well over a century. And today we begin a new and exciting chapter.
This place is in a hell of a lot better shape than it was in December 1, 1998. We're a perennial top 5, 10, 15 team every single year. All right, we're playing that kind of football. This job is going to attract the very best in the coaching world. This is a real job. This is a great job, a great university with great leadership.
Family. We mean it. Coach Stoops proved it. We are the Sooner family. And when family is in need, it steps forward. For generations, you have come to the corner of Lindsay and Jenkins dressed in crimson and cream. You, your children, your parents, their parents, and beyond. This place is home. Players have poured out blood and sweat on these hallowed grounds for those trophies, for those statues, for this unequaled tradition, for you, the Sooner family. And today, we welcome our new leader. A new era of Oklahoma football dawns. From Benny to Bud, to Barry, to Bob. Great men have carried this legacy, this family forward for decades. And today, the torch is passed. Today, the future of Oklahoma football begins. Joined by Sooner legends of the past and the proud and loyal Sooners of today, and embraced by the entire Sooner Nation. We are unwavering. We are unstoppable. We are the Sooner family. Here we go. Live from the Palace on the Prairie, historic Owen Field in Norman, Oklahoma. This is Sooner football.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Oklahoma Sooners! Let's hear it again for your Oklahoma Sooners. Some of the all-time greats back with us. I don't know all of them that are here, but I did see Superman Roy Williams is down here with us as well today.
This is Oklahoma.
This is where winning was invented. This is the home of the Selmans,
The home of DeMarco.
of McCoy, Shepard, and Piron. This is the home of the Billies,
The home of Steve and Jason. Of Sam, Baker, and Kyler.
People don't know what it is to be champions. Oklahoma invented championships.
The history of Oklahoma is about winning championships. We already have 6 national championships, now we have 7.
This is my home.
And this is your home.
It's great to see not just our current team, but joining us today, many players and coaches from years past. No matter what era they represent, they are OU football. To all who are here and those watching online, thank you again for joining us on this historic occasion. It's been a long week. Been a lot of scrolling-itis out there, refreshing Twitter. Some of you haven't seen your wives or husbands or children in a week, even though you live in the same house. I've got good news. You can unhitch the wagon and put the pony in the barn. It's over. We got our guy. We have a star lineup of speakers this morning, beginning with what an incredible start it has already been to his presidency. Please welcome the 15th president of the University of Oklahoma, Joseph Harris, Jr.
Super fan. Hey, this is the OU family. What a week it's been. What a week it's been. We landed yesterday evening. I thought there might be a couple of hundred people out there. There were thousands, right? This is the OU family. And this week we've shown who we are. We could not be more proud to be a part of it. I want to thank a few people here very quickly that have made all of this possible, all of these things possible. I want to start off with our regents who lead this university. There are 4 of them here, and their guidance is invaluable. They aren't often up here, but they're the ones leading us. We have Chairman Cawley. We've got Vice Chairman Governor Keating. We've got Anita Holloway, and we have Rick Nagel. Thank you to each one of you all for being here. So yesterday we took a trip to South Carolina. We go in there and there's a conversation, as you might have seen over in the Venables house. And it was so great because it was seeing family we hadn't seen in a long time. We're going to hear a lot from our new head coach in a minute. But his family is here with us in the front row right now. A lot of people here know them. A lot of us knew the kids when they were really young. Julie is here, and all 4 kids, all 4 of the Venables kids are Sooner born in Norman, Oklahoma. Jake, Tyler, Lanny, Addie. And finally, before I get to it, I want to thank a few more people that have made this possible. I want to thank the greatest athletic director in this country who made this happen, Joe Castiglione. Right, and there are so many people, not just those of us that are on this stage right here, but you look at those that make things like this possible, the list goes on and on. But it's people like Zach Selman, Larry Nafee, Anil Galahali, right? You go across Cale Gundy, you go across these people that all make this happen. this is a family affair. You look at the Pride of Oklahoma, the Spirit Squad, right? You look at the Roughnecks. It's what's make this family work. All right, I've got a message to deliver from somebody that wishes he were here. As you might imagine, there's been a lot of conversation with Bob Stoops over the last week. Right, he steps up every time. He wanted to be here, but he's busy on Fox. He's also busy getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's right. And so Bob delivered a speech to me to give to you. And it's, as you can imagine, of some length. It's 7 words. These are his 7 words, and I'll read them verbatim. He said, "Use tell them, we got our guy." Hey, most of all, the discussion that was stated last week about who we are and who is OU football, right? Every one of these T-shirts says it right here. Every one of you guys. I may have gotten cut in 7th grade, which was rough, and I'm still dealing with it. But you all, everything you've been through, everything you'll go through, you are OU football, and we owe you a debt. Thank you to you all. You know, you saw the video, and you saw in the video the Sooner tradition, right? You see all the greats, all the great coaches, who it seems all names start with a B. That's right. You hear me. All those great coaches. But what we do every day is not just brag about the legacies in the past. Here we create them every single day and into the future. And you are players. I cannot tell you how proud we are of you. And for each of you, on the few of you that I've been a part of recruiting, we talk about a few things every time. I don't know the X's and O's, but I do know what we promise to you in every one of those recruiting conversations we have. Right? We talk about not just excellence on the field, right? But a place where you can develop as a person, as a whole person, a place where you can belong to something well after your playing years are over. And you know what? A lot of great schools talk about that. But here at OU, we live it. And when we went out and looked for a coach, we had 2 criteria. The first criteria was, do they have coaching excellence? And you look at the resume, and I know you all already know it, but our new coach has a resume, it's second to none. Right? And yeah, absolutely. His teams have been in the top 15 in the nation in total defense for each of the previous 7 years, with 6 of those being top 10 in the country. In his 26 years as a full-time coach, has never had a losing season. His teams have won 12 conference championships. He's coached in 8 national championship games, and he's got 3 rings to prove it. His players are routinely recognized with the highest honors and awards, right? The Butkus Award, first and second team All-American, the Hendricks Award, the Campbell Trophy, which is the academic Heisman. I see you, Pat Fields. He's known, and his resume is complete. He's waited his entire career patiently for the right head coaching job. But the second criteria isn't just, are you a great coach? It's, will you believe and will you live those ideals we talked about developing the whole student athlete, about preparing you not just for the league, but well beyond, about being a place where we keep our commitments, in a place where we are family. And I could not be more proud to have him as our new coach. Let's wrap this thing up from my part. Coach, welcome home.
Thank you, President Harris. We wanted to have a student-athlete representative today, and there was one obvious choice. He is wrapping up his 6th season at OU. So many big moments, including the kickoff return, strip, and fumble recovery against Texas this year. He has demonstrated inspirational toughness and leadership. He's already got a degree in communication, a master's degree in administrative leadership, and he will complete his 3rd degree at OU next month in business administration. Please welcome Caleb Kelly, everybody.
Thank you. Coach, now, you've been gone for a little bit, so I just wanted to remind you what you were missing. Boomer! Boomer! You know, you've been here for a short amount of time, but you have a past, and all my big bros from the past, Curtis Laughlin, Rufus Alexander, you got Teddy Lehman, you have that track record, Coach. You have those guys that I look up to, those big bros for me that have already said you are the guy. You have these guys up here who have already said you are the guy. You have this family that you keep talking about that says you are the guy. And so now it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Me personally and my brothers, we know what that family is about. We're still here. We are OU. You can see it on our shirts. You can see it in what we do. We're going to continue to bust our butt for y'all, and we got your back. And so, Coach, I mean, from a player, from all of us, man, welcome home. It's time to go to work, baby. Let's do what we got to do.
When you think of the word clutch, you think of guys who always deliver. Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Tiger Woods. I think we now know what the C stands for in Joe C. Please join me in welcoming the Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics at OU, the #1 ranked athletic director in America, Joey Clutch himself, Joe Castiglione.
Thank you. Thank you, Toby. Thank you. Boomer. We're going to hear that a lot the rest of the day and for days to come. It's really glad to be out of the witness protection program. I see my lovely wife. We've passed each other at the house once or twice in the last 6 days. I got to wave in. Thank you, honey, for being patient. Sleep is overrated, I'll tell you that. Sleep, don't worry about it. We're here today because of you. OU, but you. And what our president said and the support that we've gotten from our regents, our administrators all across campus, my administrative team, Zach and Larry, Anil, Greg, Joey, all this stuff doesn't just happen with one person. It happens because of all of us. And we've got the best leader on a college campus today, and our president, Joe Harris. Thank you very much for your wisdom and your support and your guidance. The one thing, everything that has been said should have been said, and we're going to make this short. There is one thing that we have learned over and over. Sometimes situations develop and we get reminded. What happens to one of us happens to all of us. And there is no doubt, and this week, if there wasn't a week before that already proved it, this week proved it again. We are better together, always and forever together. And that was really easy for me to show and to sell. Our new coach experienced that for 13 years. The last 10 years, maybe one of the most significant, if not the most significant, coordinator in college football with his success in supporting his staff and his players. You're always going to love the passion you remember, but you're going to love his fight even more. You're going to always love the way that he gets the best out of his players, but you're going to love his vision even more. You're going to love the way he brings us together. But you know what? He is going to love you even more. When he came to Norman, along with Coach Soups, in 1999, that was his first time. And he comes to Norman in 21 now, 22. This will be the last time. He is home for good. So, thank you for showing out. Thank you for showing what the OU family is all about and exhibiting that logo isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. It helps, it matters, and it drives us to be even more passionate for you. And thank you to all of our players, current and former. How about this showing? Unbelievable. And without further ado, I'd like to recognize the Venables family. First, Laney, Addie, Jake, and Tyler, and now the new First Lady of Oklahoma football, Julie Venables. Julie, I know you don't want to come up all the way to the stage, but I'll hand this off. And Coach, there'll be a lot of other things you're going to acquire. You get gifts, there'll be equipment, there'll be tools that you need to do your job. But like the old saying goes, no one knows the path of a man until they've walked in their shoes. But at Oklahoma, there's some special shoes that you get to show. So, the beauty of Oklahoma and the partnership of the Jordan brand is unlike anything else. Coach, I've been fortunate to have a pair of these, and players say they're always checking out my drip. I want to make sure they check out your drip. You're going to have a lot more of these than I do, but come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute proudest honor to be able to introduce to you for the first time your new head football coach, Brent Venables. We have one other gift that we'd like to give Coach Venables. You know that we get to play in one of the most storied stadiums in not just the world, but the country, not just the country, but the world. We call it the palace on the prairie, and our president, Joe Harris, has something for Coach Venables.
The keys to the palace.
The keys to the palace.
Put your drip down here, Joe. Thank you. I just want to take the opportunity to thank everybody for being here. This is really amazing. This is special. Probably shouldn't be surprising, having had experience here, but this is really, really amazing. And there's a saying that goes, it's not about what somebody does, it's how they make you feel. And the Sooner family, Sooner Nation, this administration, the Board of Regents, talk about first impressions for us. This is really special, and it couldn't have gone any better. And just I want to thank you. That's a bit, like you said, it doesn't just happen, and but it got to come from the right place. And I know this all right here, okay, comes from the heart. And we just, from Julie and I and our family, we just want to thank everybody for being here today. Thank you. Apologize. I'm gonna have me some few notes. I really didn't know if this was going to happen. As y'all kind of watch from afar, these searches can go one way or the other. I've been on both sides of it now, and just very thankful for again the patience in the process. It's not easy for anybody, but just again thankful that we're here today. And as I stand here, just in awe, and coolest thing, getting off the plane last night to see the welcoming and hurricane type wind weather, and then have an opportunity just prior to that to visit with the team, get on the Zoom with the players. That was my comfort zone there, and that was neat. But to be able to wake up today and come into the office and have a team meeting today, I'm not sure when the last time I felt so fulfilled and excited, and I just want to thank the players for being there today. And I want to tell you guys here right now how thankful, grateful, and appreciative I am of you and to be your head football coach. Only God can do this. And those that know my background, having grown up in a very dysfunctional way, and put me here as I stand before you as a head football coach at the University of Oklahoma, only God can do this. And so I just want to take this opportunity to thank the Lord. I'm honored and I'm humbled to stand with you and before you today as your next head football coach here at Oklahoma. Again, one of the winningest and storied, tradition-rich programs in the history of college football. Now, taking the lead and also taking it through one of the biggest transition in the history of college football, taking Oklahoma from the Big 12 to the SEC, you've got your guy to take you on this journey. Also, make no mistake about it, Oklahoma has been and always will be the measuring stick in college football. Our goal is we want to be the model program in all of college football, okay, in regards to how we run our program, okay, not just the winning. The winning is a big part of that, but we want to be the model for all others to follow. The best resources that we have on this campus, okay, or young men that we recruit are the people. And this is going to be a people-driven, a relational-driven program, not a transactional program, okay? But it's not just finding the right people, whether it's the leaders in this administration, it's the Board of Regents, it's these players, it's the former players, okay? It's the intention of the people that always matters. And speaking of people, we have incredible people in place in the leadership role. At this time, I'd like to thank President Harris, who brought the juice today. That's what I'm talking about. The best college president in all of America. And you brought the juice. I'd like to thank Joe Castiglione and for your leadership and your faith in me as well. And the Board of Regents, okay, for your support. We can't do this without your support, and I know you're behind the scenes, but we are just incredibly indebted to you. Thank you very much. What makes this job so special as well and attractive for me is the cohesion, the commitment, the alignment, the direction, the vision, and the focus of this program. It's a university-wide leadership that is focused on excellence in everything that we do. Excellence has been established by Coach Wilkinson, Coach Switzer, and Coach Stoops. 3 Hall of Fame coaches that are the example of what the standard looks like. It's my responsibility to relentlessly defend that standard and to build upon that standard as we go through our journey. To the former players that are here at Oklahoma, you're always welcome. This is your home. This program was built by you and it'll be sustained by you. Anything that you ever need, you can come to my office. You reach me anytime. We're here for you, and we're here because of you. You're a forever pipeline to this university. We need you now more than ever in changing the landscape of college football, okay, for us to continue to build and recruit the best of the best, okay? We need your support. To the university community and the faculty and the staff, the Bible says there's one body, but many parts. No part is more important than the other. We'll do everything in our power to do the very best work alongside with you to make you proud, okay? Doing our very best to represent you and this great university. We'll strive to be a program that is progressive and forward-thinking in everything that we do, okay? And it maintains a what's next windshield mentality. Everything that we do in our program, every decision that I have to make, that we have to make, is going to be about what's best for the players. Everything. If in fact the program is about the players, then every decision that we make is about what's best for you. As I told them in the team meeting today, sometimes what's best for the players don't like, right? But what we do is going to be in your best interest. The purpose of our program, we're going to take a holistic approach. We're going to find every way possible, every means possible to serve your heart, not your talent. That's real. That's relational, not transactional. That holistic approach is going to give us the edge that we all need, okay, and the lifelong lasting relationships, okay, that are irreplaceable. In order to do this, okay, our number one goal and our purpose of our program is to graduate our players. Nothing will create more opportunity, okay, and more change, generational opportunities for your families than getting your degree. So we're going to give you every resource possible to support that on your journey. Want to produce winning people on and off the field, equipping you with life-lasting tools that you can take into your communities, you take into your families, okay? That you can grow spiritually into your churches, okay? Chase your NFL dreams, be a CEO. We're going to equip you with real life-lasting, intangible, okay? And we're going to do everything that we can to, when you leave here, that you're proud of your university. You look back, that 30-year-old version looks back on you and is grateful for your opportunity, knowing that the people there loved you, cared about you, and helped you succeed in life. Thirdly, what these young people do is incredibly hard. They're in the spotlight, they're in the biggest stage, in the biggest games. Okay, with that comes scrutiny. Okay, being a college student athlete, from study hall hours to tutors to class schedule to lifting to the grind, it's very real. Okay, and it's difficult to manage. Okay, so our goal too is also to make sure these young people have fun. College should be a fun experience. It should be the best times of your life, okay, where real life-lasting relationships are developed, and it's our charge to make sure that you have a great college experience. Okay, and finally, I want them to win a championship. I think it's very important. I think it's very important that you understand that order, okay, to graduate, to equip them with tools that will last for a lifetime, okay, to have a great college experience, and then the winning happens when you get that right. Okay, so we're gonna keep the main thing in our program, okay, and ensure that we get all of those accomplished. I love my players, past and present. They'll tell you that. I'm gonna coach them really hard, but I'm going to love them more. I'm going to love them more. We will employ an exciting, fast, explosive, and diverse offense combined with a physical, punishing, relentless, suffocating defense. We're going to have a diverse and an experienced, a knowledgeable staff. They're great in the X's and the O's, but the best thing that this staff is going to be able to do is they're going to love the players. They're going to have real relationships with you, a relationship-driven program. Again, serving your heart, not your talent. In closing, I just want to thank a few more people. First and foremost, I want to thank my family. And as you all know, being a college football coach's wife, just like being an athletic director's wife, it's not easy. You know what you signed up for. But my beautiful wife, Julie, I'm just so incredibly indebted and thankful. The reason I'm standing here today is because of you. Thank you. To my children, y'all love this story. Sometimes you need just a little bit more encouragement to get you pulled through the knothole. So my daughter and I, about a month ago, were laying up in her bed and we're saying prayers, and I'm always telling you to dream big, right? Don't put limitations on yourself. Don't let somebody tell you that you can't accomplish something. So she says, well, Dad, why didn't you take the Auburn job last year? Because I had made reference that I was a little bit nervous. I really didn't think we had the alignment there that we have here. So I was a little bit nervous. I said I was scared for her. She says, you don't have to be scared. You told us to dream big. Chase your dreams, she told me. So they're the ones that fueled me, okay, to make that final decision to say yes to Oklahoma. So I want to thank my daughters. Also, I want you to know, I've got a couple of other people to thank, but I want you to know I started my career as a crawl-on at Kansas State and played for Bill Snyder, also a Hall of Fame coach. Just an amazing man, an amazing man. And the belief in me, the tools that he instilled in me, the opportunity that he gave me, I'll be indebted forever. On that staff, the guy that recruited me out of high school was Bob Stoops. And transitioning, as you know, I played at Kansas State and then hung around long enough where they just had to hire me, and I coached there for a few years. And Coach Stoops was hired as the head coach at Oklahoma. We're playing at Kansas State. We're playing for the Big 12 title. We're the #1 team in the country. We had just a heartbreaking loss in triple overtime to Texas A&M. And I'm visiting with Coach Snyder about what my next decision is going to be. And he asked me, he says, well, how do you know, because I had alluded that I'd love to have a chance to go coach for Coach Stoops. And the reason being, I just wasn't ready yet. I knew in my heart I wasn't ready to be the defensive coordinator at Kansas State. So going to Oklahoma, I could continue to learn from Coach Stoops. And he says, well, how do you know Coach Stoops is going to be successful? And I said, well, that's Bob Stoops. That's all he knows is how to win. And who would have thought 13 years later and four national championship appearances and the most wins in college football over that 13-year period of time. Just one hell of a run. I'm working for Coach Stoops, and just want to thank him for his continued belief in me, instilling in me with a go for broke mentality. And he told me this a long time ago. Don't ever be afraid of making a decision because you're worried about what the criticism is going to be if it doesn't work. And so for me, that's always helped me having a very, very aggressive philosophy defensively. But I just want to thank Coach Stoops for, again, all of his guidance and his encouragement along my journey. My position coach, Jim Levitt, he brought the passion out of me. I didn't think it was possible to have a job and love your job that much and get paid. But Jim Levitt has been a great mentor of mine as well. And then Coach Sweeney at Clemson. Y'all know that's we've had incredible success there. The secret sauce there is the people. Like any great family, any great organization, it's the people. And I've grown more in these last 10 years holistically as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a coach, as a believer than I have the rest of my life. And I'm just incredibly indebted. Their family there. And I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't, again, for his belief in me and his lovely wife, Kathleen, and their children. They're all like family. And my players at Clemson, y'all know, and the former players that are here, the only reason that I'm standing up here is because of your work, your passion, your love, your commitment. And again, I'm just grateful for those relationships. And although I'm in Oklahoma, okay, family is family. And again, to these former players here today, man, what a showing. Y'all are amazing. You current players, I know you're paying attention. Okay, what a great example. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like. You are the example. And again, lastly, I just want to express my sincere gratitude, okay, and appreciation for being here today. But trust me, it gets better. Boomer. Boomer! Love y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, the 23rd head coach at the University of Oklahoma, Brent Venables.
That is the 23rd head coach of the University of Oklahoma, Brent Venables. OU fans will also want to know quarterback Caleb Williams was spotted by one of our reporters walking into that celebration. So much more coming up. News on 6 at noon with Shannon and Jonathan. We'll see you in about 30 minutes.